5 Knots fighters stepped into the ring at Harvey Haddon at the weekend, and all 5 emerged victorious. Joining me now is probably the only one who's also a practicing minister. We call him the punching preacher, the vicar who's okay with KOs. He might be ordained, but he brings the pain. It's Derrick DelBoy Osaze. Derrick, you need to have me as your MC for your next fight.
I know. that was a very fitting introduction.
Another win at the weekend. How'd it feel?
It felt great. It was a hard camp in the leading up into this fight. Obviously, it was my second fight in only 3 weeks, which originally wasn't the plan. But obviously, with the beast from the east and the snow, the previous fight was pushed back a few days, which sort of just put a spanner in the works a bit for camp. So I think for me, it was just a build-up of so much emotion and leading to the fight. So to finish it in the way it did was just great. So,
how did it finish? Say just how many seconds you were into the fight.
Do you know what? It happened so quick. It felt like it didn't happen in a way. I got out of the ring and I was like, someone asked me, what punch did you catch him with? And I was like, I don't even know. I just remember my coach just telling me, feel him out for the first round, see where his weaknesses are, see what openings there are, and then go to work in the middle of the round. And I remember just trying to take center of the ring and just sort of trying to assert myself. And I think I caught him with one shot, and I saw that I'd probably hurt him a little bit. So I thought, look, there's my opportunity, I'm going for it. And he didn't make the 8 count, and that was it. So it was quite quick. It was hard to sort of recollect.
With everything that happened with the snow, with cancellations, and the extra long build-up, like 3 months training and preparing, how much more did that motivate you?
At times it was motivating, at times it had the opposite effect. So, like with this show, originally got pushed back to a week as well. And, to the average person, it's like, oh, well, more time to train. But actually it has the opposite effect because, well, for athletes, especially in the sport of boxing, when we know when we have a fight, we tailor our training to the time that we have before the fight. So there's something called that we will want to reach our peak. So the problem is if in your mind that you have been training towards a day and your body is reaching peak level for that date, it being postponed is a bit hard because then you can't train too hard, but then you can't not train. So your body's stuck in a sort of period where it's hard to come out of. So it kind of has the opposite effect.
If that wasn't you at your peak, I'd be impressed to see you at your peak. All right, another fighter helping pack out Harvey Haddon at the weekend was Derrick's training partner, Echo the Engine Esserman. He won just 42 seconds into his fight and spoke to Sports Week's Jake Meskel afterwards.
Echo, I'm not even going to come to you first. Barrington, what are you feeding these kids?
Hard work. Straight hard work. Training, trust me. Train hard, fight easy. That's what we do.
That's how we do it, mate. That's how we do it.
Echo, about 30 seconds. How did that feel?
This guy is a boxing mad genius. And I'm one of the byproducts. I'm the engine. So I came out, I said I wanted to make a statement. I made it. All the other welterweights, it's strap season, and I'm coming. Nothing personal. If you're in my way, you're going down.
You made it look like an easy fight, but I know that guy's not, he's quite a tough cookie.
Yeah. He took some shots. I hit him with some shots where I felt, he's still there. Okay, I'm going to keep going.
You're training with this guy all the time. Yeah. You're on the pads with him. You're in the gym with him. How important is it to have someone by your side going through the same motor as you're going through?
Do you know what it is? I think I can't put it into words. It'd be a massive understatement to say how much it plays an integral part. How much we play an integral part in each other's training. I feel like with the way we train hard, but at the same time we're a family. And I feel like we do motivate and encourage each other, we uplift each other. And especially for Echo, personally for me, I look up to Echo a lot, do you know what I'm saying? Funny, I'm taller than him, but I still call him my big brother, do you know what I mean? Because he's quite older than me in age, and he inspired me and motivated me a lot at a time where I was ready to pack it up in boxing just before I turned, my last year as an amateur. And it was actually through Echo Esserman that I actually met Barrington Brown, because I knew of Echo because obviously he was up-and-coming talent within Nottingham, and we actually would go on our runs and run past each other on the forest, but we never really spoke personally.
Just a quick nod.
Just a quick nod. So until we actually had a sparring there and we got talking, and literally, I used to see videos of him training with Barrington on Facebook and doing all these different type of training styles, and I thought,
if you see it, it's intense. It's
intense,
heavy, you know.
Yeah. So when I saw it, I was like, I want to get involved with this, and literally that was. I messaged Echo and Echo said, yeah, and then from then it just became like a family. So it plays an integral part. Like I feel like we tell each other all the time on the runs that we go individually. When we run it together, it's like you're just pushing yourself that much more. Do you know what I mean? So it's almost like we compete and banter, but in a way like we're pushing each other, and it's just it's a great vibe. So it means a lot to have like-minded people, you know, because they rub off on you. Do you know what I'm saying? So
Keep you going.
You want to become a champion, surround yourself with champions.
All right. On top of being a professional boxer, you're also an ordained minister.
Yeah.
How do you balance those two?
You see, it's funny because I would say now, if not for my faith and my belief as a Christian, I don't think I'd still be boxing right now. So
Really?
I'd say the two are synonymous because during my amateur career, I had to overcome a lot of setbacks and challenges in terms of injuries, missing competitions due to factors that were out of my control. So there was a lot of times where I had to draw strength from my faith. So I feel like the two are synonymous. I feel like God led me to boxing for a reason because it changed my life. And there's so much that I've learned from the sport of boxing in terms of self-discipline, which has helped me in other areas of my life. So I feel like the two go hand in hand. I feel like one has helped, they're a bit like a chain. I feel like they're linked. So for me, whereas it comes across as a double life, I feel like I'm basically doing the same thing, but just in two different environments. So yeah, so at the end of the day, I feel like I honour God through my boxing and my training, and I honour God in the church as well. So I feel like the two are the same.
What's next for you? Where do you go from here?
So yeah, literally, that's the third fight out of the way. I just keep building the record, so hopefully it should be out again towards the end of May. And just a bit like football as well, boxing has seasons, so it tends to quiet down during the summer. So I'll hopefully get in about maybe 1 or 2 fights before the end of this season, which is probably around July. And yeah, just keep pushing, keep training hard, and keep climbing up the rankings.
Oh, you've got about a week. Just tell me what you're doing, 15 seconds. How are you relaxing? How are you coming down off this?
I'm just chilling, waking up late, unlike today, and just spending time with the wife, and just catching up with sleep.
Look, sorry to get you so early. You can have lions for the rest of the week.
No
Derrick,
worries,
it's
no
been an
worries.
absolute
It was
pleasure
worth it.
having you with
Thank
here.
you so much.
Hope to catch up with you soon as well.
Thank you
All
very
right.
much.